Test. Alright. Alright. So, welcome to more Rogue Trader with the Lex Imperialis DLC. Yesterday we started the new game, talking about a few things too, and I'll just show you. Yeah, let me. Hate when that happens. And let me check something here too, real quick. Very fine, very good. Basically the game crashed, that's what I actually crashed. So we can see Argenta again. And after that we need to clean 1-2 areas until the fight.
I shall pity not your enemies. I shall heed not their pleas.
Somebody shoot this man!
I shall betray not your tenets, nor stray one step from them. Take not your gaze from me. Leave me not without your grace.
Glorious.
Protect us.
My God, my light,
My Emperor! Just real quick, let me check something. So, we're back to Argenta.
Sister Argenta. Sister Argenta, it is a relief to see you. We require all the forces we can muster.
Your face, it is unfamiliar. Who are you?
We are Chariot of the Poor von Valentius, Lord Captain's heir.
The hour is dark and daunting. Ship abounds with corruption. The faces of friends are twisted by sneers of heresy. The eyes of comrades ignite with the archenemy's hunger. I will do what I
Heresy?
must to halt the advance of the dark forces. But in these dire moments, little can be trusted. So I must know, why are you here?
Sister, I beg of you. Now is not the time for interrogations. The ship is under attack by heretics. We've been betrayed by our esteemed Master of Whispers. Edelthrad the Heir is waiting for our aid, and Lord Captain Theodora is expecting a report on our success. We are here to deal with the situation, so I suggest we all do just that.
You think to insinuate that I am one of those traitors? I will not let such an affront slide.
That answer does you credit. Only the truly righteous would be so provoked by the accusation of heresy.
That's right.
I cannot wait to rain righteous fire down upon each and every heretic.
Oh, she sounds so excited. Isn't she so nice? Anyway, due to our check here, what is the warrior of the Adeptus Horridus doing about a rogue trader's ship?
Sister Argenta is a guest of the Lord Captain. And that story deserves its own time and conversation. Under more appropriate circumstances.
Enough idle chatter. I am where I must be, and that will suffice.
What are the people with you?
Overseer of Middle Deck Ale 84, my lord. We were rounding up everyone we could find in the attack compartments when we ran into an ambush. Just about every enforcer fell. These are the survivors.
What's happening on the Orbital's deck?
Massacre, my lord. And heretics are not just killing the crew. Some kind of blight is sweeping through the decks, filling the air. I saw people going mad the moment they breathed it in, screaming about seeing their dead comrades, tearing out their eyes. I implore you, my lord, be on your guard.
Well, we must go to the main hall of the deck.
Through this door, I shall join you, for it is my duty to the God Emperor to destroy this heresy.
Heresy bad.
We will follow. For now, we will hold off any heretics who might try to crawl in through the cracks to join the main assault. And we'll take a look at the generators while we're at it. Those villains made a mess of the cables. Oh, I wish we had a Tectomat with us. But we'll see what we can do without one.
Good to hear it. Sister?
Well, you see, in the evening, just a few here and there. I think I would need to check the trust row. I got like 16 or 17 careers with a win. Different horse courses with a win. And I'm having like 4 left or so where I can still get a win. And I'm working on getting full stamina legacies. Because I want to do something greater, right? I figured, imagine you have a full stamina legacy twice. So you would get around 126 stamina twice, which means you're basically C+ if you don't invest in the stamina at all. And then, yes, as in that, exactly. Or rather, yes, 9. And that twice, because you can have 2 legacies, right? Imagine if you have both of them like that. And then you don't need to invest in the stamina at all anymore, right? And imagine if you do that, and then you go full guts. 6 guts support and just invest into guts. Guts. Because guts also gives quite a nice amount into power and speed, right? And if you have 6 gut girls, they should be getting the finality event all the time, so you should be boosting that very heavily. That would be very funny to play as, I think. Anyways, I'm still working on getting my last 4 or 3 horse girls to their wins, and I only got 1 legacy so far. That is the Emperor girlie, which I have shared as my horsey. She's actually pretty good. She got stamina 3 and even got a long 2, I think. Why are you not sharing Mayano then? Well, actually, it doesn't matter. I have 2 or 3 in my friends list or follower list, which also gives stamina. But that is pretty crazy, right? If you don't invest in the stamina at all and just go either only speed then, which I do currently because I don't have that much yet, and I sometimes need to go with that. But I just imagine, right? If you got really full on stamina, you don't need stamina at all, and you can just invest into guts, power, and speed completely. Isn't gut useless? Not completely useless. It's still quite good in the range 300 to 400. You probably want it around that. You don't need much more about it, but if you train guts, right? Let's say you get 20 guts, just as a number, and you also get around 10 speed and 8 power. And that, now imagine you have that, you only do guts, so you max that out to a level 5 training, and you got 6 gut girls, which always have their familiarity events there. Imagine how much, sure, you would get tons of guts, yeah, but imagine how much power and speed you would also get from that. You know what? Anyways.
Ready. May Terra's light illuminate our path through fire and darkness.
We need to continue before I get killed us for heresy.
Follow my lead.
It's a shirt. Okay, then I looked it incorrectly. But I thought it was something, someone else. I just took a quick look. Yeah, I tried to do that too. But often enough, it's either power or stamina that is a bit lacking then. Because sometimes it's just weird, you know. Bad luck, because I try to maximize the other characters. I just want to go and hope that I get, you know, 3 stamina, for example. Because it would be nice. What actually could also work if you ignore guts mostly, right? You could go all in speed, like 9 speed, right? And then ignore speed simply, and just invest into power. Power that also gives stamina, right? Would also be quite funny. Now, we got a pretty good weapon, I think. The well-main stuff revolver, that's better than what we have currently. You got a laser pistol. You got... bull... oh, that's a pretty bull weapon. Let's try for that. Any like a skitter side? No at all. 20 rank as a horser? I'm the worst, man. I was an Ashlane Gunner guy, and now I'm a horse guy. You know, but Kita-san was support, right? Sadly not, but I'm trying to go for the racers now right now, because I don't have any freaking money. I just don't have any money, like literally no money at all. So even if I would get those cards, I couldn't use them immediately. And I got quite a few cards that I actually would like to use. So I don't really see a problem right now, you know? Dreamoni's new speed of pocket. Yeah, I know, but I know I have no luck at all with that. No, not I am. I mean in the game, there's a money resource, literally called monies, and you just don't have any. It's really bad.
Anything else?
Let's see.
Was it you? Or... Will do.
Not spending energy? Oh, I do spend my energy, that's not a problem. You just don't make enough in-game money from what's available. So you really cut with that. It's really bad.
God Emperor, move through me.
Yeah, exactly right.
Be the fire
Well,
in my
not just the
heart.
potential, but leveling up your support cards is also super expensive.
Doubt is for the weak.
Let's do that. Well, nobody killed sadly. Let's try it again. Can run a little bit. I think we can stay where we are though. Let's try it again, maybe this time we can kill them. Yeah, that's what I'm doing also now, and that's why I'm saying, yeah, nice, but even if I would get Kita-san right now, I wouldn't leveling her at all. Because I kinda don't have the money for it, you know?
I will do my duty.
I mean, it's not the worst ever, but it's definitely not very good either, you know?
Indeed.
I assume he would be moving.
It will
So
be
just
done.
attack the heretic cutthroat. Oh, he dodges, the bastard. Alright, Agenta, you get double buffed.
Nothing I can't do.
So yeah, basically I'm just trying to not level up too much. And I would be happy to have the new cards to me because I can run them again and maybe can get a few more free monies from doing so. Well, not money, it's free, free... Huh? Go to it here. I'll be secure from that guy here. Free, coins? Shards? Crystals? Something like that. Try our luck.
Too easy.
That had better be ineptitude, not malice.
Tough luck, Agenta. I'm very not sorry about that. Sure you can deal with that. It's just a small wound. Like, obviously, yes, I did. It's just too good. Also, from what I've heard, there is a feudal world. So I thought it would be really funny if you go to the feudal world and are an actual noble. And we might be taking Overseer as our second card though. Second job or advanced job, right? Psychic Shriek, so...
But a
Let's do that guy. That's further away. Is there a new DLC? Yes, there's a new DLC. Actually out since end of June, I think. But I didn't want to start with it since I was going into vacation. The Lex Imperialis DLC is out with at least a new world to explore, a new class, the heretics, a new advanced class, the overseer, a new companion, which is an arbiter, and so on and so forth.
Such is the will of chaos.
I'm afraid we have to move a little bit, so we're getting an attack from that, sadly. Shoot! That's a bit risky. Maybe shoot in that general direction instead. Not too bad, actually. Killed one, half killed two more. Harry Beabalard there. And he might actually... Yeah, let's charge to that guy. Harry again, very good. So we didn't kill him yet, but if you go with that... We killed one, we made a wound there, and if he runs away we can hit him again. Let's give a buff to Abelard, in fact. Then we go to here and try to fire a burst fire on these two here. And ideally both die. Well, practically though, nobody died. People are saying negative on BA. I would too. I don't hate them per se, but they make the game more clunky, they make it slower, and they are still very, very niche mostly. So I think the game would simply be better off without BAs in BattleTech. Ja, vi får vi göra en akkord här, Gnappo. Perfect. So, Adira, what can you do here? Heretics forewarning 2. They are very fine with the veil degradation. That here would hit both of them, ideally. Very nice. But only 2 left.
I'll do it.
There you go, he's dead. Other than that, burst fire, I think we can't do anything because, well, we got no ammunition. And we don't have the talent for the first free reload. Let's see if Abelard can finish that.
I will do like you.
Ah! Close, only.
Victory is imminent.
I guess it falls to the Lord Captain.
Not a problem for me.
Damn it!
Suits my purposes.
50-50 chance, and of course we don't get it. I mean... Sorry we didn't execute him, we did only execute him, you know? We misunderstood that. I guess Adira gets a new chance to show that she's not completely useless and is dead. Wouldn't it be funny if a demon would have spawned right now? Anyway, big win. Abelard.
You consult the appropriate treaties.
Injuries will not slow me.
Keep this heal your wound. Alright then, let's get looting. Tons of bullshit weapon. There's more. Buy some cargo goods. See, there should be something. There should be two things more, I think. Like having here, I believe.
This ocular implant was a worthwhile investment.
Then some new goods, or from a dead body rather. We got a multi-key and a machine writes that. Some more goods. Alright, so if you want to open that, logic is 90%. Multi-key is pleasing me greatly. I figured it would. Sure, we can do it without. Trago's got enough mind power to deal with that.
Rise to the occasion.
Indeed, he did rise to it. More good, and you get bonus to tech use. Well, apparently, actually, you're probably the guy with the best tech use, right? Let's see, tech use is 35, 30, 30, 30. So yes, we are the one, so you get that. More good. Then there was something here. We open the door just like that. We maybe can. Tech use 93%. Come, 93%.
Excellence matters.
Indeed. Tech is 88. I'm sure we can do that too. In fact, I think we cannot fail that because we need it to be active. Logic. Even though there's a number there, I think you cannot fail that. You could fail that, but we couldn't fail that or that, I believe. Right, their tech use is so high. Yeah, they're shotgun, you say. Oh yeah, they also buffed shotguns quite a bit. Up a lot. Using those the most, so take them. Alright. Victory awaits indeed. Blow the door up with our melter charge.
Duty prevails.
Oh yeah, also, I went a bit crazy and played on unfair and the grimdark mode. So if he die, it's over, so let's hope we don't die. Bring it down, so our first special ability, which is bringing down is quite sweet, I believe. Endure is also quite nice. Spell's weakness is very, well, I've never really played well with operatives. I think I never really understood them, to be honest. Wait a minute, oh, we need to go there. The Dark Gods give you a secret, huh? And a multi-key. Then got some goods here. 73% chance. Oh, we could blow it up. Let's just blow it up to be sure, you know. That's a nice helmet for someone. What do you do? 5% armor, well that should be something for you, because you're our tankiest guy and you run into melee range all the time. Again, cannot go beyond that way. So we have to go there, and this is where we have our first, let's say, actual interaction with the morality system. Basically there are three. There's chaos, there is the opposite, the fanatics, and then there's the third guy, which normally don't really exist, basically the pragmatic / nice guys. Anyways, something comes through the flames and we see Theodora here, apparently.
I lost my heir.
That doesn't sound like hair. And it's also weird that she could run through fire, right?
An apparition. A sorceress. Apparition. Trickery of the warp.
Sister, you will lower your weapon. Threatening the Lord Captain is outrageous.
So he knows that something is not right here. This is impossible.
I doubt you are aware of the limits of what is possible. For your worldview is but an iota of what a rogue trader knows and sees. But I can tell that you would like me to share that knowledge with you. That power over reality.
Although reality is nothing what a normal person can do after all.
I can lead you out of these flames, show you a path, rid you of pain, and give you a weapon so that you may defeat your enemies. Decide.
Oh no, this is definitely chaos.
Do not listen to this abomination. If there is naught but his light in your heart, if you are resolute in your faith, then step into the flames. The Emperor protects. His faithful will not be deterred by either darkness or deceitful promises. Nor will the fire burn those who carry the torch of faith in their soul.
This is also a bit insane.
To the void with you. We need to follow Lady Theodora before we suffocate in this furnace.
The people! The survivors from the middle decks! We must help the crew, lead them out, find a way around.
Well, that is the only one that got his head straight. It appears.
Then we'll miss our chance to meet up with Edel. What are we waiting for?
I can see the ideas, right? Heretical, or the chaos, dogmatic, fanatic belief in the Emperor, or iconoclast. Get the people off the bridge. Again, the nice and pragmatic option. We take that and actually get them out, and suddenly Theodora is gone. Plus 15 to iconoclast. I could still go for the fire, right?
It go. The thing that was standing in front of us in the fire, I could have sworn.
Yeah,
To the same
something
place all unholy visions go.
went away.
Do you want to follow it, witch?
So the big trick here is to shoot.
Never doubt me.
Shoot the thing somehow. I may doubt this is possible. But what do I know? I know that my GPU is going crazy. Even though it's an old game again. Holy shit, no, I don't play on that. Are you crazy? This is something that Nvidia does all the time. I hate that. Use only high, it should be fine. No wonder I did use so much. Let's see if that helps. Not that my PC burns down again. Since a few patches of Nvidia, I really got big problems with the feed.
Too late. We are too late.
And there's no consequence.
Or they could be fighting on the bridge as we speak. Without us.
How terrible!
My lord, I beg your pardon for interrupting. The people are asking for orders. You came back to save us. So now we will follow you through thick and thin.
To the bridge. If Edelthrad is there, then he requires immediate assistance. I say there is one thing that I find most troubling. The Lord Captain's Voxcasts. They are still coming in, even though it would make sense for Lady Theodora to be on the bridge right now, at the head of the counter-assault. I feel uneasy. What if the Lord Captain is besieged in her own chambers? With your permission, I suggest that we confirm for ourselves that she is not. We can use the same elevator that Lady Theodora and Mort headed for earlier.
I have some more goods here.
Follow my lead.
And I'm going to check up on Theodora.
We should deal with this.
Oh, we should, because it's loot, and I love loot. We need to go, I guess, right? Well, Captain Quarters, yep. Maybe we could do more things here? Yep. There we go. What this? Oh, another door. With... there's nothing here. Generator room, I guess. Of my conduits. And yeah, some more goods. What is this? Grant Logic. That's not something for us again. Let's see, tech use is 38 right now. Logic is 35 too. 30, 30. They're all not very clever, it appears. We only have... oh yeah, 35 in it, that's where it comes from. But still not very much, so... oh look, out of our monocle comes a duopo.
Victory awaits.
Maybe that we were than we had already a monocle. Alright, we are in Captain's quarters. What do you need? I think we can find Lady Theodora.
To the stars.
Well, this is Mort, and this is Theodora. How could this be? Wasn't he alive earlier? Nah, I mean, there was clearly some chaos thing. But still, he was killed. Or rather, she is dead. Which was the same thing, I guess, but you know. Same thing, but different. A new helmet requires dogmatic, though. I think that means only she can wear it. Gives what? Immunity to enemy critical hits for the first 3 rounds in combat. Better than nothing, I guess. Well, spoilers, Jostro, but yes. Theodora's Rosary, that's something new, I think. And definitely something for the Lord Captain too. Basically, Theodora was flooding a bit too much with chaos and a heretic. And she didn't want that, let's say. Too much was too much. Alright. So Theodora's body is sprawled on the large blood-drenched desk. Yet within his corpse, the clutching weapon is slumped on the bulkheads.
Emperor, accept thy faithful souls.
No! Lord Captain, I didn't hear a thing. Not a whisper, not a breath. It was so loud. Why didn't I foresee this?
Lord Captain, who would even dare? Unless that rat, Voidsphere.
I doubt it. Might be a bit of stimulation suffering up in Theodora. Not just this death.
It could have happened in the heat of battle. Not to mention that Mort was here, and he would have protected Lady Theodora to the last.
Oh, he also died, so who did that?
How could Mort have failed her so terribly? The Arch-Militant was born on a death world. He had lightning-fast reflexes.
And in that regard, Josso, right? This is a pretty big hint, actually. Who could do that? Who has higher reflexes than someone from the death world, right? Someone must have trained their whole life for that. Like a Sister of Battle.
things in my own way. If you find something that might bear the imprint of the killer, just give it to me, and I'll try to see what secrets it holds.
The body first. So, she was killed death by an auto pistol shot. That actually is it's a secondary hint, because I think, yeah, Agenta actually has an auto pistol when she first arrives with you. And also surprise, so you didn't think that the person who killed her would actually attack or kill her, so someone that is near her. So actually, if you get all of these hints, you could have known about it, I guess. Something is destroyed here, some small shards of glass.
It doesn't work like that. I can try to read the memories of objects, but dead bodies are a different story. Something like that would require her soul. And after what we saw on the officer's deck, I won't risk searching for it in a warp.
That actually makes an awful lot of sense. Let's check out the shards. So we don't actually know what it is, just some object fell and it split, and some shards that appear iridescent. Let's say it had been submerged into Promethium. Promethium is basically what they use as gas or diesel there. Any idea what the shards are?
I see streaks of color, luminescence, blue lights, faces drawing closer. Lady Theodora and Conrad and what is that? Ah! Something dark, enormous. Oh, this glass thing was something foul, that's for sure.
And that's also, I think, the last straw that made Agenta kill her.
Tainted witchcraft.
What about the papers? Well, we got some handwritten letter with a seal. And they talk about some acolyte and interrogator Heinrichs. And basically that is from some guy called XC. If there's an interrogator, basically you already know that it's from the Inquisition. And that will also be the only person that could actually order her around, which she said earlier. See? And actually our check succeeded and tells us about that. We get 20 experience from that. So what happened here? The safety of the weapon is off. So basically he would have wanted to shoot, but it was a split second slower.
Yes, the crucible of battle calls to me once more. No, wait! We must see if we can find anything.
Well, you're the person that doesn't want to check her soul.
Idira, you can't bring her back. Let her go.
You'd give up so easily, old man? I expected as much from the sister. It's not like she has a heart. But you? Oh no. I'll get to the bottom of this. I'll find the one responsible for murdering the Lord Captain. And when I do, that scum will regret the day they were born.
Something real quick too. I don't need resync. That's it off, please. You have a frame rate of 60, yeah, I'm fine with that. That's at least for this game, yeah, nobody cares about that. Although right now actually I got a bit more frames right like that. More frames than 60. I got 83, 84. What's supposed to be? That's 60, didn't I? I need it with that. 60. Make it 60. Weird. What? Let's do medium then. Maybe then it will keep my frames low as they should be. Oh, video is a pretty big difference from the graphics here actually. Weird. Why is it? Oh, who cares? I don't want those though. There we go. Yeah, it looks much better with high actually. I think it would look that much better. Anyways. We've got a small fight on our hands. The heretics and a combat servitor, which thankfully is half dead. Now we can use quite a few shots here and there, right? Let's put you here, I guess. Adira can hide there. Check goes here and again here. So you start with you apparently, we go directly with that. We can say we do endure. But I kinda wanna charge in
At your beck and call.
for 2 points. And then use our cleave here for 2 more points. They're sadly both still alive, but they're half dead at least. And if we give Avalad some small buffs here, should be fine. Especially we can give him this here, so he can just try again.
Indeed.
And then they're dead. God, I love that. God, you can still take a shot. This thing probably won't do any damage or next to no damage. Let's see if we can hit the guy next to them. We miss with 70%. As always. Now, can we take a few shots here and there? That's a bit low actually. How's the range for that? 5 cell radius, so let's just go closer like here maybe? I don't want to get too close, but if we run past then maybe Avalad is in the way, you know. Activate that. For some more of that here. Even though I think we cannot use that yet because we have no heroic ability. I don't want to shoot Avalad though. Avalad. So we take a shot like that, I guess. Nice. Killed one, hit this thing a little bit too. Not too much, but we did hit it. And in that case actually, we go to some different place. And try this again. Like so. That wasn't too bad. Then Nadira. Give Avalad this for some more defense. Some nice dodge. Got 2 points left, so let's do expose this here. And then go with that. So basically there's only one guy left and this thing here. And I think the idea is that you need to expose weakness all the time so that its armor goes down or something like that. He directly goes after Agenta, sadly. And actually does a Melter attack, the mad lad. Thank you very much for the support, Mr. Cutthroat. Yeah, I think I want to go into a melee range with that thing first. Let's do Endure, so we have some temporary hit points. And just hit it a little bit. Not much, because again, he got tons of armor and, well... we have to try our best, right? Let's do it on Adira. What's the damage with that? 7 to 6.
Anything else?
That is decent, I think. Then... can we shoot you? 1 in 3 chance. We get it. See, and if we had an heroic ability, we could use it now. Sadly, we don't. Alright, well... not much we can do here. Just maybe make sure that we don't shoot our buddy.
The enemies of the Emperor will be undone.
Let's try like that, I guess. Well, shame. That didn't really work out. Alright, you also get a dodge thingy. Then we do analyze enemies a bit more. And keep doing psychic attacks.
But of course.
Slowly melt it down. There's only 20 points left. Then we hit it for, well, 3 at least. And it does another melter attack.
I'm enraged.
Yeah, you might be enraged, but it's fine.
The Seneschal's job. I've seen worse battles than this in my time.
Should be fine. There you go, just 15 more points. So Adira, can you maybe do and finish this person there? Oh, person. This thing.
Was that you? Or
Actually not. We had less AP than normal, I think. Ah yeah, because we used our ability
Shall not fear.
instead of letting her actually attack.
Suits my purpose.
There we go. Critical hit even.
rejoice in battle. Doubt is for the weak.
And Agenta
Faith
here.
without deeds is worthless.
Going for the kill.
I'll do it. Each strike is a prayer.
Went pretty well actually. Got a new pendant. Gives us toughness. Intelligence lesson 35. That is basically perfect for Abelard here. Actually, they're all below 35, but he's built on toughness, so quite nice. Let's level up some more.
Tired of idleness, let's move.
We get finest. Oh, this is the heroic ability which we could use earlier. Now, and we start getting new talents. Question is now, what do you want to take? I'm not sure if there are new talents actually. We may need to check that. I'll just go through these parts here. Nothing psychic. Origins talents. If a noble uses an ability on their servant, the servant gains +1 AP. That might be useful. Movement, A. If they've gotten okay. So you do something might be quite nice actually. More resolve. When an Imperial character is affected by an ally's non-damaging ability, or affects an ally's ability, like what we do with our ready to serve, like bring it down, voice of commands on. If you do that, then they gain more resolve. That might be quite decent too. Might be very decent, in fact. Commanding voice. Oh yeah, that's okay. Okay, I know what to take. So basically, higher range with the voice of command, which is that one here would be quite nice already. But there's something more useful. Let's see if I can find that. They gain more of that. Would be also quite neat. Temporary wounds. No. The officer targets an ally with an action. That ally resolve is increased. Again, a lot of increased resolve. So oversight, not what it was. Zero resolve, officer resolve. There's something which is really useful. What is that? I think this is new, because that looks quite powerful. Still, let me see. There was something of a buff, or that the buff from that here stays. That is really good. Just need to find it. I think it was that one here. Half the bonus granted by voice of command remains at the end of combat. Basically, normally voice of command is only for one turn, right? But if you have that, then half of the bonus is there until the end of combat. That is really nice. That's why we're going to take that first. Now, what do we do for Abelard? Well, we want him to be tanky, right? So whenever you are attacked, you gain this. Wounds, thick skin. I think there was something. Yeah, with this here we gain deflection, and the more armor you have, the more parry we get from that. So this is really useful, obviously. So we take that. Then Adira. What to do with you? Probably, like I said, I'm not really good with her using her operation powers, but it's quite fun to take various mind powers here. But what do you want to have? Higher range. More damage. Yeah, but only +3, it's not that much. We are target. While the target does not target's line cover, also some target has a -8. If you would stand behind the target, they have a -8 to all resistances. The first time an ally becomes the target of targets with psychic power, ally gains. That is really useful because the talent that we do have, right, the dodge talent, that counts for that. So we take the dodge talent, and then they get +10 to weapon or ballistic skill until the end of combat. So they are better at their task. Now, what about for you? There are quite a few things. I think the thing that I would like to have the most is rapid reload. Instead of 3, it only costs 1 to do reload, and the first one is 3 in general. Which I would say is quite nice. The first set of each range burst attack deals additional damage equal to the weapon range of fire. Point blank means we can shoot from closer, I think. Second skin. Being armor does not reduce dodge. Yeah, quite a few things, right? Oh, Rebel and Slaughter. Can be used after 2 skills instead of 3. Yeah, no, but I think the best one we can take right now is the reload. I think that's the best option here. There, yeah, order. Type in newest. Should be ascending order. Alright, that was pretty well, I think. We got a few nice upgrades too, which should make us quite a bit more powerful, which we need because we go to the Void Ship Bridge where we have our big fat battles now. But so far we're playing good, and we weren't in danger of dying at all so far. Some more goods. Holy Vision is a product of the warp energy that permeate the bridge. Thank you very much. And we did succeed in our test, else you wouldn't know that, so we get a few more experience points, right? Yeah, 24. So, and you can already see this here doesn't look so good. There's Adelthrat.
A new challenge for me?
And there's Voigtveer, and they got 3 overseers with their hands bound, so, you know.
The first sacrifice opens the eye. The second sacrifice draws its gaze.
Help has arrived. Too late to change the tide, I'm afraid. But if there is any honor in you, we can at least die with dignity and give our lives for the rogue traitor.
Now, I think the most The most noble answer, because being a dick and acting noble-ish, is the third one. The Lord Captain will not be joining us.
Oh, the rogue trader is dead? No matter what ritual Kunrad is performing there, the warp is too strong. I cannot withstand it. I feel my body changing with every second. The warp is ringing in the air. This is the end. We will perish in the warp, along with the Warrant and all the dynasty's heirs. The enemy of humanity has triumphed.
I've seen it before. We'd better get away from him. The changes are already accelerating.
I forbid you the very thought of yielding. Only by resigning to your fate will you truly suffer defeat.
Words worthy of a righteous soul.
Well, kinda, right? Kinda.
Save the lofty words for later, will you? The navigator's ready to take the ship out of the warp if he gets some help from the bridge.
Then we have no right to bow our heads.
Do we though? Fish.
We are out of time.
Alright, draw your weapon. Whitebear, you delicious cur. The rogue trader's death will be avenged.
What? Theodora is dead? No, that can't be. Not now. I still haven't.
He really wasn't dead, right? And I mean, we know that because we know the game, but...
The ritual will not be completed.
It's not
I'll
him.
take care of it. And you, see to it that the void ship breaks free from the warp. Watch over our realm. And farewell.
Edelthrad, don't!
No, you do!
Your ritual won't be finished, heretic!
Couldn't we have done that before? Uh-oh. I kind of think he made it worse.
The whispers are getting louder.
Well, so we need someone to stand in there, right? We got some heretics. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We need to deal with them obviously first. We need you to tank, I guess. Then let's start not too close together, but still close enough that we can attack the others. And the Lord Captain shall stay behind. I'll actually get the first turn. Argenta comes first and then the boss. But what we can do is we buff Abelard. And then we use this here. Give him a free turn. We get the buff. And then with that here we can actually rush in. Do a little bit of damage. And now we stand in there as a guard basically. Pretty high chance of hitting something actually. Let's try here. Ah, god damn it! So 74%. Alright. Let's try shooting that thing. Apparently we are We're not doing very well with that, but hey. Oh, actually we do quite well. What is that? Got a buff, I think. Natural armor. I'm not a fan of that, but what can we do? What we can do is go to here and try shooting those here. Not much difference. Darn! We nearly had it! He does a rending scream, which is apparently some kind of debuff, obviously. We are bleeding from the screen.
Death to the weak.
Cleanses the body.
Yeah, the hit was a bit bad, but it's not too terrible, I think. Idira, so please buff him a bit more. And he gets another buff, right? He gets a bonus to his ballistic skill and so on, thanks to that. Let's see, you serve me, advice and guidance, advice and command. Yes, he's double buffed now. And let's see. If we do that, we could kill both of them. That would be perfect, so let's try it. Ooh, we got a rebound though. The rebound was really bad. Really bad. Let's keep analyzing the enemy. Oh god, that was such a bad rebound. Holy fuck, was it bad. I mean, good that these two are dead, but... that rebound, man. Let's go endure. And attack that thing. Not much. Can we heal ourselves without being attacked? Apparently we can, so please keep doing that. Oh, there's one guy here. Very good shot. Chatikos. Well, the next one gets buffed. It is Regenta. Oh god, she's nearly dead. Actually buff her. And use that so you don't die. Sure, I saw a way where you can shoot this guy from somewhere. Well, I thought at least, but maybe it isn't. Maybe not. To here. Don't get too close, right? Who knows what it does? Well, this time we hit him. There's still two more. One here and here. Okay. Now that we are more or less safe, I want to ensure that these guys die. Let's shoot like that. We killed one of them. It's not too bad. There's our free reload. We got one more shot. Oh, maybe we don't. Okay. See, that's why I didn't want to stand too close. Maybe it would have attacked us elsewise. Okay, Edvira needs all the help. So Agenta also gets her buff for more ballistic skill. So we keep doing that here. Oh, we have 2 points left. Let's go around there and try to do that. That's fine. So there's no support left, only that thing itself. That was pretty sweet. I will keep going for that. And just keep attacking it with your damn sword. I only lost 15% of its life.
My faith strengthens me. Weapon at the ready. I'll live another day.
Yeah, we should probably survive that. Let's buff Adira a little bit. And if I Genta a new turn? Do it like that. Not too much, because sadly, well, it's buffed against that. With his damn national armor. It gets armor, so basically the less armor it has, less health it has, the less armor it has. Makes kind of sense.
My tactics are flawless.
You should just run somewhere else. Because now nobody can heal you. Okay, let's go to Adira and ensure that she doesn't die.
Be strong. Greater trials lie ahead.
We can take a single shot or use this. I want to use that because we can still take a shot. And the idea is that we slowly go to where Cheticus is so that we can still heal him too.
This battlefield in righteous fury.
Can we please not shoot Abelard? Well, we didn't take any damage. It was definitely worth it, right? Oh, I didn't expect that. Thankfully you got a dodge in. I didn't think it has that big of a range.
There is movement in the Empyrean. Anything else?
Okay, Cheticus gets a bonus too. We do one more of that.
Was that you? Or
How does it cost armor work again? It removes all exploits, of which we have 8 right now, and decreases dodge, parry, and armor until the start of the next turn of the operative. Let's do it. Ah, we're doing quite a bit more damage now.
Indeed. Curse you, miscreant!
Well, you can get that again. Very nice. Then let's get a bit closer so we can get the heal in from Genta, hopefully. Also give Genta a turn.
doubt is for the weak.
Alright, he's already down like nearly half its life, so the armor should be less good now. Yes, he's only got this armor now. Different color. Should be 40% now only. We of course also take a shot. And of course we miss. Why wouldn't we? Oh, actually we don't have any heal. God damn it. They're all at Abelard.
The Emperor commands attacked.
Okay, nearly down 50%.
I'll do it.
Still very decent, I think. Ah, and he reapplies a rending scream and kills Argenta. God damn it! I mean, you can still do it, I think, but I didn't know rather that it could attack from here and there. Free attack. That is something I would really love to have Argenta now. Until the end of combat, the target suffers minus 30 to block damage and armor. It would be quite sweet. You need to go into melee range for that though. Not sure if I want to do this.
Anything is. Will do.
Thankfully this time we got a no setback. Okay, what does that do? Restores all HP. Oh yeah, and then he has no limit for attacks. Okay, so this is pretty good. We do Endure. We attack once. Then we use the daring thingy thingy.
Victory
And now we can just continue attacking. Attacking no longer stops the turns. Then we're already down to 45. Yeah, should be close to getting this here to less than 40% very soon.
It will be done.
A nice crit too.
At your beck and call.
46. I think it's already down that.
You won't fell me.
Suits my
If
purposes.
you're above, and let's him attack again. Avalon to the rescue.
Indeed.
28.
Nothing I can't do.
22. Oh. Okay, he killed that one. Could have been worse.
Abelard.
Avalon is just tanking it like a true champ. Can we actually apply it multiple times?
Anything else?
No, sadly not. Okay, please
On it.
don't become a chaos demon. Alright,
Will do.
just 4 points. Well, Abelard, finish it. Abelard is a true hero. Very nice. Let's get looting. We get the blade shard, we get some mana heroism for iconoclast, and some blocks of endurance. Every suffer an injury or pause unconscious, they get a bonus. I mean, you're the guy in that should be being attacked, right? So ideally, you take that and hopefully never need it. You can also take this here actually. Each heroic egg used in battle gives a various dodge. Alright, that's
rather not.
really something for you. Now let's level up a bit more. We want to go for max fellowship with you. And there were a few more things you could buff, right? Again, one more AP that might be nice again, but... It will not die is always useful, more wounds. Nimble gives us dodge. Swift, more movement points. But is that all? We're not really in there for damage, right? We have to enable others to do damage. So I guess one more AP might be very useful. Yeah, let's take that. And Abelard is our, well currently at least, is our tanky guy. We already got fixed skin. Clenched teeth. Gains damage reflection against a first attack made by everyone. Well, most rounds don't take that long, but it might be a valid option. Disarm a melee attack. The warrior gains 15 armor. Enemy attacks the warrior, attacks damage. Warriors may attack the additional 3 areas that have no allies next to them. Hardened Scarf. When a warrior is hit while under the endure effect, the deflection is +1, 2. That might be quite useful actually. Enemies have a 10% penalty to their hit chance with ranged attacks. Also quite nice. More charge. Yeah, quite a few things I would like to take actually. Charge and slash do not end the warrior's movement. And grant dodge. So we could charge into someone and have an additional dodge and still have our turn normally. And I'm hit by a brace, gain an extra turn with 3 MP. Oh. That actually is quite useful. There are a few abilities that go up for, well, for Agenta, actually. Well, not for Agenta, for someone else later on. But I'm not sure if we need that. Also allows a Navy officer to use any ranged weapons in threatened areas. Quick timing, an ally gain color penetration, scatter, half damage from all attacks of opportunity, base stuff here. Well, it will not die might be useful actually. So he gains more wounds, can tank for longer of course. So many nice things. Temporary wounds +5. It's only 5 though. That's basically nothing. Whenever it takes damage, they can dash. It's all very good. I'm really not sure what to take here. I think we just give him it will not die. But he has more hit points. Then he gains, of course, more toughness. Really make you into a tanker a lot. Now, Adira. You actually, I think your stuff scales actually with willpower. There's a problem with operatives, right? The operative stuff, yeah, nice, but you want to make her a sorcerer, that's why you actually want willpower. Fatebringer. All allies on the effect of at least 1 power gain armor penetration. Again, the one buff we do, that counts for that. I kinda like the idea. Now, Argenta. I think we want ballistic skill first, and then we can think loudly after agility. Now we got already the reload speed. Soldier gains 8% critical hit chance. The bonus is doubled against enemies from which the soldier is protected by cover. Each shot gives 1 agility until the next turn. Something very good for later. Such a second attack in a turn deals 50% more damage. But that means we need to do a second attack. That's not always possible for us. Again, for later though, that might be a pretty neat thing. If you had full wounds, if you haven't hit at all yet, we gain 10 ballistic skill and 2 movement points. That is useful. All the sorts of area attacks. Well, only area attack though, not burst attacks. Second skin. Immediate armor does not reduce dodge. Swift slaughter. Relevant slaughter can be used quickly, more quickly. Enemies damaged by area attack. Again, only area attacks. Not burst attacks. Bursts are not considered an attack. They were in the past. The devotee and the allies in the area of effect of Warham or the Spectre gain +1 damage for single shots and attack of opportunity. Only with single shots though. Melee, flame, and melee and metal attacks. No damage against demons. All enemies in the rear effect of Warham gain disturbed. Adjacent +2. Shield of Faith. Armor against demons and warp damage. Resolve increased by 1. I think we go for what's with Slaughter? Let's see if we have 2 kills, then we can make that once. And thanks to that, we will be able to get more crit mobility experience on the 4th. Alright, now there's Enriched Montank.
Dead.
They came from the second to last DLC too.
To save the entire dynasty.
A noble deed. Let the
That's
crew
the hand where I
offer
need to
prayers
go.
for the hero who renounced his impure life in the name of humanity.
I mean, that's what you say, but he kind of became a demon because he ran into that thing. Not so sure about that.
Master Helmsman, system status report.
By the Emperor, it's the Seneschal. Living and breathing. Well, there's a tricky question. The old place is so overgrown with foul wickedry, we'll be scrubbing it off the vid screens for throne knows how long. Must have been Providence. It better have been the Emperor's, not someone else's. When they barged in here, the ones with the Master of Whispers, some officers charged them, but it wasn't even a fight. I grabbed whoever I could and dragged them behind the cogitators. Then, I prayed for our rescue.
Alright, we need to establish a contact with Nega's Sanctum. We need to escape from the warp.
Restore the Vox channel to the Navigator's Sanctum. Ready the crew. Prepare for translation to real space.
Take the Lord Captain's seat. Order the final preparations. Wait for the officers to report and... blast it all to the void! Translation is a craft, not something to be explained in a tick. Just go up to the throne, Master. These people are about to do the impossible. The least they deserve is the solace of seeing a figure sitting in the usual spot. Please, hurry. Every second we waste is a terrible risk.
Let's begin. And again, an image of Theodora appears again. And again, we know she's dead, right?
Who are you to oppose destiny itself for the sake of lives that are not your own? So many threads stretch between you and other creatures of your world. Pitiful, worthless links, ready to shatter at the slightest touch. A muddled, erratic, pointless
Oh, nice. So, what would be the most noble answer there? Let's really begun, Phantom.
The aspirant vowed to return with a trophy, a relic that could serve the edge of daybreak. That fate was assured, and the steps chosen. And yet, you broke the unbreakable when you took the aspirant's place. I see you. On the day when the final dawn rises over the Iron World, I see you by my side on that day. The day of my resurrection.
Your resurrection.
Your image is woven into the tapestry of things to come. I am the will of the weaver of destinies, And today, I will weave a new thread of elusive possibilities and fickle chances. The thread that will lead you out of the maw of irreversibility. The thread that will help you find the keys to salvation. The thread that will guide you and the weapon of our return to me.
And doubtful.
The path is set, child of the dawn. The thread is woven. Follow it, servant of mine.
I'm nobody's servant.
Seneschal.
I'm a noble.
The navigator's sanctum is silent. The Vox signal is stable, which means...
The navigator gave his life battling the storm that nearly claimed the von Valancius flagship. We will honor his memory, along with that of all who died this day.
Seneschal, will you tell us now? Who is that? Where's the Lord Captain?
I am the Lord Captain.
As First Officer, it is my duty to inform you with the greatest regret and indelible sorrow that Lord Captain Theodora von Valancius is dead. May her memory never fade from the annals of the dynasty. By right of blood succession, and with the absence of other kin who could challenge this decision,
Nothing.
it is hereby declared that the successor to Theodora von Valancius is her heir, the rightful inheritor of the warrant of trade, and the title of Rogue Trader. The official ascension ceremony will be held at a later time. In the interim, have you lost your tongues? Hail your lord. It is because of his toils that we all still live. The deed is done, Master. My apologies. I meant to say Lord Captain.
The treachery of the Master of Whispers was fruitless, but victory came at a great cost. Lord Captain Theodora von Valancius perished along with her heir, Edelthrad, and thousands of crew members. Yet hope remained, for the second in line to the Rogue Trader dynasty survived, and through the strength of his resolve, saved those who were counting on him for protection.
Alright, don't need to deal with cargo management, I know how that works. So, we are now in real space again. Well, not yet, apparently. We are close to transitioning into real space. Sadly, no, it's no longer voiced as much, which is a shame, because the voice actor did a real bang job here. So anyways, what happened there? So, we sustained many losses among the senior mid-range officers. Some have to be filled by the deputy, and others still go unfilled. How did we lose so many officers? So they did target the command deliberately. What's the agenda for this meeting? Report on the condition of the ship and crew. Normally we don't do that, but there are unique situations, so we need to get through this. Were we able to track down Voidbeer? No, we were not. Says Abelard, gritting his teeth. I doubt he's still on the ship. Alright, let's start it. And start our meeting after that. So, quite a few people have appeared. So, these are my officers. Perhaps we would introduce those present, Abelard. So, the first one is Victisuri Otta of the Toliman line, our new Waxmaster. As you can see, he's a half machine. Oh, an honor to serve. Aboard this vessel you have at your command thousands of crewmen and hundreds of officers and section chiefs. I'm responsible for receiving, processing and sending all the communications between you and them, as well as external sources. And my eyes and mouth, Lord Captain. Besides her is Raver, the Master Helmsman. We saw that guy earlier. Hey, Lord Captain. Ship is as good as home to me, so should he's in safe hands. Okay. And we got our factotum, Janris Dunrock. Also supplies, procurement, and so on and so forth. And the second row. There are 3 officers charged with overseeing ship's functions. The Master of Ordnance, responsible for the artillery. The Infernal's Master, whose crew works to prevent and extinguish fires on the ship. And lastly the Drives Master, servant of the Omnisire, of the Machine Spirit. Is that everyone? Unfortunately, our Jaw Master, the head of the Astropath section, is unable to join us. Basically the communications. Which again goes through chaos and is a bit dangerous. He's in a trance for some time, trying to contact the other plans of the one Valentius, our family or this dynasty or clan. To inform them about the passing and inform them about Conrad's treachery. Then the Master of Arms and Professor Adalbert could also have no time to join us. Adalbert must do the funeral services. And Mistress Sauerback is now the new Master at Arms. And she's going to be leading the search for any surviving agents of Volksbeer. Alright, Inferno Master, report. So, all fires have been extinguished. The primarily damage has been assessed. Okay. Post pass him after the previous Inferno's Master and his next 3 deputies expired. Eesh. High Factotum, what have you to report? Blah blah blah, much ass kissing. Basically all is fine, but we do need people. We lost too many, 2,000, and we need more. That's why we need to go to the next planet. Ricard Minoris. However, the whole system in fact belongs to the Wintersky Rogue Trader dynasty. Yeah, that's true, that's something that Theodora told us. So we need to negotiate on our own. Drives Master, I will hear from you now. So he's one of the Mechanicus, that's why we hear a voice distorted by a Vox retranslator. They destroyed the repositories of hundreds of machine spirits, so the computers. The warp machine is unharmed, but the spirit mount basically gibberish. We lost our Ancientia Prime. That is a bit bad. Basically, our main maintenance guy. And we need another one. Would someone care to translate these Team Dressmaster's words? The ship's most senior tech priest, most senior both in rank and experience, is dead. If not find a replacement, we will unable to resolve the problems with the warp engine. Thank you very much. Master Helmsman, deliver your status report. To cut a long story short, it's bleak. The ship is more or less sound, but we lost our engine and a navigator. We cannot leave the system, so we need both of them. There is a Navis Nobility station, basically where we can get the navigators from. And we want to go there, probably first, because the navigator we can get is very powerful. Okay, mass ordnance. What about you? We got no able crew. No, did you just say no Lord Captain? That's able? Just in ruined everything after his dead. And then we got a Green Lord Captain. Oh, you didn't just say that. And forces Thesis Mutineer. Yeah. How dare you? Only one of us out of a lot is fallen to pieces. That's not bad at all. Yeah, but that was a bit weird. Pretty crazy action there. He could have just said it on his own and not in here. You got an iconic as option though. No intention of punching a man for a moment of weakness. Not of the terrible attack you can do. I mean... That's a bit too iconoclast, right? He's... There's still some kind of punishment needed, so let's go with the third option. 20 lashes a month for the next 6 months. Holy shit. Deprivation of the officer's ration and privilege for the same period. We often to extend. Theseus, Neverling. Disgrace yourself in the entire clan, that's true. He got lucky that I didn't kill him. What just happened seems to be dawning him only now. Lord of Fate, he's already escaped. Yeah, he got lucky that I didn't just execute him. But we kinda do need him, and would it be a... Actually, it wouldn't even be that much. They say dogmatic, but... That was, not something you say. So, we need to go to Footfall Station, check out our ship, get more people. We need a Engineer Prime. We need... a navigator, many people. What can you tell me about the system that we are currently in? We are in a Ricard star system, and our voyage here was undertaken on the orders of your lordship's predecessor. There are 3 inhabit bodies in the system, and our attempts and workmanship have produced confounding results. The navigator station has to be fair to answer. It maintains a total vox silence. However, we did receive a distress signal from the prison planetoid in the system. And Ricard Minority itself is also not responding to our hails. And our augurs, basically our seers, scientific technologies, have intercepted signals from the surface that seem to indicate ongoing hostilities on the planet, so a small civil war or so. Isn't that just nice? Station's not encouraging. Yeah, okay, so we need to get a navigator and we'll be going there first. Because again, he's very powerful. On the other hand, the fights there... The fight should be fine, I think. Yeah, we should be able to deal with that. So we were here for a reason from the Lord Inquisitor. Yeah, we figured that out already. The handwritten letter there. Xavier Calcasar. I need to draw about to seek out the Lord Inquisitor's right-hand man, one Heinrich with Kalox. Yeah, that's the guy we need to find too. Alright, and you'll be doing that, of course. Idira and Sister Agenda have appeared now, because the Psyker is suffering some ailment or dark madness. Is this in the rogue trader? Alright. Upon devotion with personal respect, yeah, we will be doing that. So, Daybreak. Yeah, we heard about that quite a few times. And of course, the only good option is the second option here. Abelard, bring the witch to heel. Plus, cease your buffoonery immediately and report the reason for your intrusion. Your lordship, here's the thing. I was trying to see the immediate future and it hit me so hard. My head is still spinning. Something very strange is hitting our way. And I can't make out what it is, no matter how hard I try. A single word is all I can make out. Daybreak, or maybe it's dawn. Yeah, we also heard dawn all the time, and daybreak, I think. Look at daybreak, why is it so dark? And we don't know anything more about that, apparently. Fine. Did well so far, I guess. Let's see. We can talk to a few people who share a few quests here and there. This is our fire guy, right? He got a portrait. You don't look like the bringer of woes to me. What was that, the bringer of woes? The moment you came aboard, Lady Theodora perished. Okay, everyone died. Yeah, okay, I see. Yeah, symbol of bad luck. It seems that several of the ship's bays are due to for depreciation as a disciplinary measure. A little bit harsh, maybe. It's ludicrous nonsense, obviously. Remind me who you are. He's now the guy that puts out fires. And he will do that for your life. And of course he does, because if fire turns over, the ship will no longer be a ship. What kind of emergencies does Inferno Skill deal with? Oh, there are many. Well, anything ready to fire. The Laborer, and is because well, he's now the leader of this thingy. How do you come to be in service of the dynasty? My ancestors wronged yours and were appointed to Inferni as a result. Oh, he's here as a punishment due to his ancestors stuff, though. I'm a little bit too relaxed. You are, because you're living a life of threat all the time. Do not understand that I'm your master. Tell me more about this Inferno Guild. How's it organized? Split into different brigades according to their duties. There are our liquidators, tough guys, never steal, will put out fires, pull people out of flames. Others are repairmen, deal with problems like jammed doors, fuel leaks, broken vents. And then there are the walking inspectors, which of course check for anything of problems. They got some state-of-art equipment apparently. That was a bit of a stretch. What conditions do you have? Plenty of these. Tattoos over old burn marks, okay. Tell me how you got your reminders. This one was from the timer plasma leaked from the outer aft circuit. How nice. Anyways. Sorry for your loss, obviously. That's a proper thing to say. So you didn't have any quest for us, but at least we've checked there's no more talk needed. Absolutely not. Then Sister Ganta, she had a task for us.
Rogue trader.
You said that you had a personal request for me.
I indeed have a request, Rogue trader. The accursed servants of chaos who assaulted this ship took the lives of your loyal crew members, and they orphaned many children, including the progeny of the brave officers who defended their posts until the bitter end. I don't know what customary practices there are for cases like this in Von Valancia's territory, but in the world I'm familiar with, the children of such brave souls could expect to receive some special consideration. Perhaps the rogue trader could meet with the orphans?
What good would meeting them do?
These children are the future of your crew, and one day, they too will have to stand against evil and heresy as their parents did. By meeting them, by speaking the right words to them, you will honor the memory of the fallen heroes and light the way to heroes in the making. They will always remember the day they met the rogue trader. Besides, it will bolster the orphans' spirits, help them recover from their loss, which can be hard for someone so young.
Alright. Make arrangements work with a rogue trader.
As you wish, rogue trader.
We will
Thank
talk
you
to
for
them.
granting my request.
How are we going right now? I didn't think we would be going right now. So, we're here with Abelard, of course. Fire Guy is there, and there's Ganta here. A group of adolescents, dressed in their finest, or as much as they could. Fishing with clothes from the straight line. Well, it's not exactly a straight line, but I guess they tried. Our indefatigable sister is keeping an eye on these pups. It's hardly the scholar Proganigum, basically a school for orphans. But we have provided the orphans and our ship with adequate care and instruction. Brave one, the master of the ship has appeared before you, the one who guides it through the darkness universe by the Emperor's will. Greet your Lord Captain, the rogue trader of House von Valencius. And yeah, Heinrich Montek is watching us here. Grandly address the group. Well, let's talk about the Eternal Master first. Do you yourself a teacher in your spare time? Just looking out for them. Let's just do the grand address here. I, the rogue trader and Lord Captain of the ship, speak to you now. Apparently gave their life for a just cause and brought honor to the Von Valencius banners. And with the Imperium, I'm proud of them, and I believe that you will become their worthy heirs. A few of the far end of the row seem sullen though, not very impressed. Why should we care? Lex Imperialis died, and he gives us speeches? Oh, buddy. I could just let these troublemakers or the open general be inferning, I guess. We could just ignore the interruption, just talk over them. What's the most noble-ish option there? In the sense of being a noble and not being noble. Let's make the Inferno Master stuff. I mean, they could have gotten worse, obviously, right? At least we didn't punish them or stuff like that. They're only kids after all. Yet. So, did we get some experience for that actually? Maybe. Let's talk to Agenda about it again.
Greetings.
Oh, that's it.
Gladly.
Yeah.
There are none more faithful to the God Emperor than my sisters. We fight against his enemies by the will of the Holy Ecclesiarchy. We... I beg your pardon, rogue trader. Here I am talking about what every lesser noble in the Imperium knows. So what exactly are you interested in hearing about?
Let's say that the Reuters are the first in the faith. Is it true?
It is. The Sisters of Battle are a fire lit by the God Emperor. They are the echo of his voice that travels through the dark expanses of the universe. We bring his wrath to heretics, mutants, and other enemies of humanity. We protect the faithful from the unholy and unhallowed. Sometimes with words, more often than not with a bolter.
Are all sisters truly as flawless as you say?
Even the novices of the Adeptus Sororitas are drawn from among the most worthy. Those who have taken the vows and become a full-fledged sister are the best of the best, tested by trials of body and spirit. Yes, there have been cases when a sister stumbled or showed weakness, but do not expect to hear a story of depravity or downfall from me. Each such occurrence is a great tragedy for us all. Light cannot bear the smallest speck of darkness within. And thus those who have trespassed or shown weakness of spirit are given a chance at redemption. They are called Sisters Repentia, and may the enemy tremble before her, for nothing can stop a sister of battle who yearns to be cleansed of fault and weakness. Wearing nothing but robes, no armor, eviscerator in hand, those sisters who have once faltered find repentance on the battlefield. Their lives are seldom long, but a death in the name of purgation is a better fate than to live with a shadow in one's soul.
What orders are you from?
Once I had completed my novitiate, I was sent to the Calixian branch of the Order of Our Martyred Lady, assigned to the Order's Pronatus. The Order's mission is vital and noble. The Sisters Pronatus protect great relics of the Imperium. We guard them, preserve them, escort them when they are brought onto the battlefield or presented for pilgrims to venerate. And we seek out the relics that have been lost. Neither a coven of heretics nor the most wicked death world can deter Sisters Pronatus when their goal is to return a piece of the great legacy of the Imperium into the hands of the faithful.
Let's see, we succeeded in our check here, so let's do that question there. The Order Pronatus is not one of the Order's militants, so basically not fighters normally. She is a trained fighter.
Don't let the name deceive you. The Order's militant trains sisters to march onto the battlefield as an army. That does not make sisters who belong to the non-militant orders timid and helpless. Both the solace-bringing Sisters Hospitaller and the enlightened Sisters Dialogus know how to greet enemies of humanity. Their dialogue with heretics is usually quite short, with the last word being a bolter discharge. And my order has all the more reason to be known for the martial prowess of its sisters. We are the keepers of the Imperium's relics. What would become of our blessed hero's legacy if the Sisters Pronatus could not protect it?
You said you belong to the Calixian branch of your order. What brought you to the Corona's Expanse then?
The order sent me to Footfall. My undertaking was to assist the local priesthood of Drusians in caring for a sacred reliquary that had been there since the time of Pastor Mr. Wayne, the station's founder.
Are there any other members of the Adeptus Sororitas in the Corona's Expanse?
None that I'm aware of, but the Sisterhood's orders are many, and can operate independently of one another, sending their sisters wherever their presence is needed as deemed by the Ecclesiarchy. Perhaps somewhere in the Lord Inquisitor's retinue, may his path be blessed, my sisters perform their duty as we speak. I wish it were so. Even a single evening spent in joint prayer and training would bring me joy. Should any more arise, keeping them to yourself would be imprudent. It is a virtue to take an interest in holiness.
Tell me about yourself.
About me? I am the Emperor's daughter and his servant. What else is there to tell about me?
How did you end up on Theodora's ship?
I first came here when I found myself in need of passage from Footfall to a remote planet. But I imagine what interests you is not that first journey, but rather what brought me aboard prior to the cultist attack. That story is complicated. It just so happened that
Yes?
I made a mistake. In a moment of laxity, I was ambushed by the accursed followers of the archenemy. I was badly wounded. Lady Theodora came to my aid and brought me aboard her ship, where crew attended to me in my weakened state. It all happened not too long ago. I had barely recovered from my wounds when the cultists struck. Truly, the servants of evil know no rest. There is no place where we can be safe from their machinations.
What happened to the people who wounded you? Did Theodora's men eliminate them?
Sadly, they did not. Lady Theodora was in a hurry and chose not to stay on the planet. Her
Sounds
people
dubious.
took me to a ship while I was unconscious, and when I came to my senses, we were already flying away. How I pray to come face to face with those heretics once more, and it's bound to happen someday.
It's difficult for you to accept that you made a mistake.
It happens even to the best of us. My mistakes are my burden to bear. I'll find a way to atone for them.
The voice acting is really good, man. Where did this happen?
On one of the recently discovered planets in the Expanse. No one suspected that it had already been tainted by the filth of heresy. Had I known it beforehand, of course I would have been on my guard.
We could go to the planet and deal with the Chaos Worshippers.
The path to that planet was lost. All the knowledge is gone, along with the previous
find it
navigator.
again, I'm sure.
It would take immense effort and resources to rediscover the route. The heir to the von Valanci's protectorate must have plenty of other issues to deal with right now. Perhaps later, when the skies above our heads have cleared.
What was it like traveling on Theodora's ship?
I hadn't been here that long. Just one journey from Footfall, and the other journey, the majority of which I spent in the confines of the medbay. I can't tell you much about the first voyage. I was more focused on prayers and ruminations than on the people around me, or the journey itself. During the last journey, Seneschal Viserion stood out for me. He came by several times to ask about my health. He's an honorable man and a loyal servant of the Imperium. I think he is as meticulous in his inspections of the logistics systems as he is in his inquiries about the health of the occasional sister of battle aboard the ship. But not all of Theodora's people have earned my trust. You know who I'm talking about. There is no place for Idira Tlas among the God Emperor's faithful. I'm surprised she wasn't in league with the cultists. And I'm equally surprised by how deep heresy and treason run in this place. I'm glad we all made it through that dark hour. May the day that follows be bright.
Woohoo.
As you wish.
What is it that's keeping you in my retinue?
The ship was targeted by heretics, which means that my presence here and the assistance I provide to you are my sacred duty. Sooner or later, I will likely have to return to Footfall to protect its reliquary. But for now, I wish to remain a part of the Rogue Trader's crew.
Well, what's a good option there? Oh yeah, noble, so I guess the first answer is the best one. If me with a servant of the Golden Throne, my crew, may the enemies of the Imperium tremble before our onslaught.
So they shall.
Man, that voice acting is so good. Alright, the Helmsmaster. Lord Captain, at your service. Who are you? Well, yes, our Helmsmaster. You control the ship in real space, so in normal space. He does that, but also more things too. Who are the idiots you are in charge of? Everyone are idiots. That's great. He's a Voidborn, you can see that at his skin, right? Please finish your story. I see you're not one of the gregarious sort. Yeah, he doesn't really talk very much. I don't give me lip. I mean, we don't need to be an asshole too much. I'm merely sharing an observation. He's very happy with how unhappy with how the ship worked anyways. Think about the Voidborn. Well, they're simply born in the void, they don't really live on planets, that's why they don't have normal skin, because they don't really have any real sun. What can he... And people also find it look a bit funny thanks to that. Actually, we can see that here. You look at that kind of skin, right? Looks unnatural. What can you tell me about the other officers? They're all good for nothing wasters. Yeah. Can't stand him. Do you like anyone at all? I like you, so he likes the leaders. Clever decision. Alright, let's talk to the Voxmaster next. Follows 100%. Very nice. Connect me to the main channel. This should bolster the morale of the crew. We gained 28 experience for that. So we did a nice talk. The crew is now more happy. Again, she's our Voxmaster, our communication master. What are your duties? You are the eyes and ears of the ship, and you make communication stuff. Makes sense. Anything interesting? No. Your appearance is unique. You're a Voidborn, right? Well, again, that's yes. Yet I already talked with the Helmsmaster. Where did it come from? Because they were born in the Void, and so on and so forth. Just go through that. I don't think there's anything interesting, and it's too much to read. My voice would die from that. But thanks if you do that, we can get more experience. Apparently, she was once a friend of Idira, and now there's a rift, and she's devastated by it. I think you cannot mend that, but maybe they fix it with the DLC, or they will fix it in a future DLC, you have to see. Ever left the ship? Once, and it was dreadful. Yeah, about that. So there's Abelard.
Lord Captain.
A sort of thing that might be useful to me as a rogue trader.
A noble aspiration, Lord Captain. I am ready to acquaint you with all the particulars that interest you.
Outline the situation Nikoronos expands on me. What do I need to know and keep in mind?
This is a topic for an official briefing, not a casual conversation. But I will try to answer succinctly. And if you permit, in my own words. The Coronis Expanse is considerably removed from the heart of the Imperium. This means that local warp routes become useless within months. Established pathways are regularly subject to attacks from all kinds of rabble. And in the only major port, the Imperium's frigates find themselves moored alongside pirate vessels. Until recently, the Coronis Expanse could hardly have been called a region of the Imperium. The situation has changed with the arrival of the Lord Inquisitor, but not by much. This place operates under its own rules, you see. More radical, so to speak. But ones that allow for a non-standard approach where there is a promise of victory. The Coronis Expanse is considered rogue trader territory for a reason. Only rogue traders have sufficient military might, audacity, and the rights granted them by the warrant to survive the leap into the unexplored part of the Expanse. And in the event of a successful outcome, to hold on to whatever they manage to capture on the frontier.
What are the main players need to be aware of in Nikoronos Expanse?
In the first instance, you should treat official representatives of the Imperium with respect. The Expanse may be on the fringes, but it still numbers among the territories of the Golden Throne. The arrival of the Lord Inquisitor has turned the Coronis Expanse into a less wild and uncontrolled region, to the regret of some individuals who had grown inured to the local lawlessness. Rogue traders such as yourself are also servants of the Imperium. They have been accorded special rights and powers. They wield immense authority within their territory, and they enjoy absolute respect in other parts of the Expanse. The most powerful of them are Kalagos Winterscale and Incendia Bastal Chorda. Tread carefully when dealing with either of them. If we are to speak of unclaimed territory, which is what Footfall is, among the scum that dwells on that handful of asteroids, there are 3 factions that wield considerable influence in the sector. The first is the Kazbala Commission, organized crime in its most primitive form. It holds sway over the Liege of Footfall and has links to rogue trader Winterscale. The second faction is an offshoot of our shining ecclesiarchy, followers of St. Drusus. They are actively building their forces and hold influence over rogue trader Chorda. And finally, the third faction, the Explorators, a wing of the Adeptus Mechanicus. They are willing to die and kill for the secrets of the ancient technological heresies that are hidden among the stars of the Coronis Expanse.
Conrad, our previous Master of Whispers, what can you tell me about him?
You know, Lord Captain, I am no admirer of fine art. But when we next find ourselves in a civilized port, with time to spare, I will promptly find an artist and commission a portrait of the individual to whom you refer, with a hole between the eyes. Conrad Voigtveer. That he committed his treachery and escaped with his life was an unforgivable oversight. We both served Lord Captain Theodora for many years, and we never saw eye to eye. He was brash. He was never afraid of assuming responsibility, and he willingly took on difficult tasks. I am loath to admit it, but the Von Valancius Protectorate continues to reap the fruits of his labors to this day. His service always garnered my respect. but everything else about him made me want to wring the neck of that two-faced snake.
My. And again, voice acting is so good, I just wish I would voice everything. Just because it's so good, you know.
If you are taking comfort in the thought that we will hear no more of Conrad, prepare to be disappointed. You thwarted his plans, his meticulously plotted and nurtured treachery. He is sure to attempt to strike at you, and he will use his contacts and knowledge of the Protectorate to do so. The only question, Lord Captain, is whether you will be able to anticipate his next steps.
Oh, I'm sure we will.
As you wish, Lord Captain.
Tell me more about yourself.
As you wish, Lord Captain. What would you like to know?
What were you before you became Theodora Seneschal?
I used to be an officer in the Lex Imperialis. No, used to be is not quite right. It was not simply a job. It was my calling, the essence of my life. I was proud to serve Lord Captain Theodora, but in my heart and mind, I'm still an officer of the Imperium. I met Lord Captain Theodora on a mission where the Imperial Navy was providing reinforcement to the rogue traders' army on one of the frontier worlds. Our acquaintance was not easy. Working with people outside the Navy hierarchy has never been my strong suit. It was to my great surprise then that after the mission's completion, I received a referral to leave my service in the Navy and join the rogue traders' personal council. It was a difficult choice for me, but I saw in the offer a chance to serve the interests of humanity even more effectively than in the Lex Imperialis. You do not need me to tell you just how remarkable a person Lord Captain Theodora was. I recognized her at once as a true leader and formidable creative force, one who had built a protectorate amidst the dangers and wildness of the Expanse.
Leaving the Imperial Navy is far from easy. Why were you permitted to quit your post? And now I can see why rogue traders are so powerful.
You could say there was no one among the naval command who was willing to impede the wishes of the rogue trader. To do so would be to risk their own position and their relationship with Theodora. Well, the Lord Captain possessed certain contacts in the Imperial Navy. Contacts which she used to request help during the conflict on the border world. And which enabled her to make me an offer that resulted in my joining her retinue. The Lex Imperialis is an ancient institution with its own mandates and muster lists. On occasion, in the heat of an official briefing or an informal discussion, I violated those rules, determined to press my point. It is challenging to choose the words to accurately express my opinion on a situation or the actions of others that do not sound overly scathing or confrontational. Many in command were inclined to view my manner of speaking as unbefitting a person of my rank.
And thanks for that, we gained 28 more experience points. Tell about Theodora. You talk about so highly about her. Looking to think that you're even in love with her or something like that.
What? Lord Captain, any allegations of improper feelings or unsanctioned relations are utterly baseless and bordering on the insulting. Utterly baseless.
Say so? We have a family.
I am a widower. I am a father of 4, and if my information is not outdated, a grandfather of 11. My family lives on Dargonus. None of my children express any eagerness or aptitude for serving aboard ship, and I would hardly have insisted that they follow in my footsteps.
Thank you.
Of course.
It's our Seneschal. You could be able to, you could be allowed to say our first name. Of course.
I thank you for the honor, but I must decline. As a former military officer, I believe in the importance of order in all things, including the chain of command. You are the Lord Captain, my direct superior. I am not prepared to address you in any way other than as regulation dictates.
I must take my leave. Very nice. This here is your Castle Saurbeck, a new master at arms. Yep, looks kinda tough. How do you come to serve my flagship? Okay, so we are not speaking again, so we're just clicking through that again. What do you think about others? You do not trust one. You do not trust anyone. That's great. He must be watched, he must be watched, he must be watched. But a man of his size and habits can help but steal. Are you saying that because he's fat, he's stealing? What about Abelard? Oh, she's actually happy about Abelard. Tell me more about your service. What are you to do? You're uphold the safety and order about the ship. Guard duties. Okay, basically the guard captain is what she is. How to make order. Suppression and fear. Lovely. Okay, sadly no experience for that. Then what else do we have? Void. Let's check out the High Factotum Janus Dunrock. So he's basically our main quartermaster, you could say. So, what do you say about our seneschal? Actually, again, you say he's a great guy, just like the others think. What about Voigtweir? Okay, you really hate him. That's good. What about Tollyman? In my family, we use such creatures as quarry when we went hunting. Yeah, okay. People who buy or plunder. Who are Saint Drusus? They are basically fanatics, some religious order. What else? What about the Explorators? They are members of the Explorer Cognizant Fleet, so basically of the Mechanicus. What about the Casbalica? Master of Cold Trade, so swords and so on. Immoral Criminals, okay, so they are a syndicate. Fellowship of the Void. A gang of pirates. And we give them to make profit and get other gear out of them. Thank you very much. Then, well, this here. There's Udira, let's have a talk with her too. About your abilities.
What are you talking about, Lord Captain?
Oh, you're a psyker, right? Have you ever been to Terra to be, to become a sanctioned psyker?
Look, Lady Theodora couldn't care less if some eggheads measured my brains or not. It's not about the seal on your forehead, get it? It's about what's in your gut, if it's rotten or not. My gut's stronger than the adamantine on this here ship, and my implants are better than the ones they put in you on your Terra.
Is it now, though?
If they weren't, I wouldn't have lived as long as I have.
Well, where are you from?
Lyra, an outlying world in the Heathen Stars region. In the Coronis Expanse, the deeper you go, the less visible the Astronomicon gets, and the less people know about the Imperium. The arrival of a rogue trader is the best thing that can happen to a world like that. The very best.
Tell me about the planet where you came from Lyra.
It's an out-of-the-way planetoid between two faint stars. On Lyra, a dozen local tyrants fight over 5 measly continents. But they use everything they can to win, from poison to psychers. I haven't been there in many years, but there's nothing for me to miss. Trust me. But here on the ship is a different story altogether. I saw more wonders in my first year serving Lady von Valancius than I'd seen in my whole life on Lyra. Like my first journey through the warp, I was in bed for 3 days. I felt like supernovas were exploding in my head. I only found out later that I'd gotten off easy. Just through the bulkhead in the bay next to mine, a whole team turned into... Look at me rambling on, Lord Captain. Pay no attention.
Finish your story.
It wasn't like it was a very fun trip, Lord Captain. But look,
If you want to be entertained, I'm the woman for the job. I'll entertain you with one of the stories from my collection, no problem. But if you want to hear about the time I melted everyone in the bay next door, well, I just don't really want to go into the details on that one, all right?
What did you do before you came to be on the ship?
Oh, I embroidered wall hangings in honor of our national heroes. I did the same thing I do here, Lord Captain. Divining. Our rulers prized the ability to see into the future. Every psyker that could be found was worth a small fortune on Lyra. There's no such thing as a peaceful life on Lyra. People like me were especially sought after. They'd pick psychers up wherever they found them, buy kids off their parents, even just abduct them. Take me for instance. I got taken from my street gang. The older kids sold me when they noticed there was something off about me. The ruling dynasties had schools where they trained us and beat us black and blue. And then they packed us off to serve. Some of us held on for a long time, but others didn't last. Not everyone's as smart and talented as me, you know. Some people crossed the line and were out of commission before their time.
How did you end up in the structured service then?
Theodora von Valancius paid a visit to the ruler I was serving at the time. I don't know what the visit was for, and it's no business of mine anyway. I can still remember the way the voices in my head changed when I looked at her. They were practically screaming. She had so much behind her, and plenty ahead of her too. And as I gawped at her, all of a sudden I heard a whisper. A hint, a suggestion, nothing more. But I know the difference between idle chatter and a real threat. I seized my chance and approached Theodora. I managed to whisper a couple of words in her ear before the wardens dragged me away. They beat me and locked me up. No wonder. It wasn't my place to converse with outsiders. And then Theodora's people came for me. They broke down the wall, butchered the guards. Also, I could tell them my warning in full. So I said the rest, but I didn't want to go back to my old life. And so I entered the service of the von Valancius dynasty.
So since then, have you ever been off the ship?
A few times. Not many. And if I think about it, why would I want to? I've got everything I need here. All the whispers I hear are familiar ones. They almost feel like family. And if I want to hear about the nightmares off the ship, I can, after some Amisec. But don't go getting the wrong idea. If I have to, I'll follow you to the edge of the galaxy. Of course, Lord Captain.
Tell me a new story.
You bet I do, Lord Captain. Okay, so we went to Footfall once. Well, I mean, Lord Captain Theodora went to Footfall a lot. But on that occasion, she took me with her for some reason. My day had gotten off to a bad start. My head had been yammering since I woke up, but there was nothing else for it. I had to go. We arrived at the place, and what a place! All the gentlemen and ladies dressed to
You got such a nice story all the time.
showing off their encrusted implants, all clustered around little tables. Well, turned out it was a gaming den. And not just any gaming den, but one run by somebody with deep pockets for people with just as much cash to splash. You should have seen it. People gambling away planets in a game of regicide. Anyway, so the Lord Captain wanted me to help her beat some guy. So I tell her, the chips won't land in your favor. You'll get a bad hand. Don't sit down at that table, your ladyship. But did she listen? Of course she didn't. If there's one thing she never lacked, it's stubbornness.
So they sat down and the cards were dealt. I'm hovering around like I'm not involved, but I'm keeping my eye on things. And everything in my head keeps getting louder and louder. Anyway, it's a good thing I realized in time that my mind wasn't going haywire over a losing hand, but something else. I made some excuse to drag the Lord Captain up from the table and took her away from that place. And a few minutes later, the room where we'd been... It turned out some wise guy had the same bright idea to bring a pet psyker along with him. One of those ones who just scuttle around
And
in
thanks for the
footfalls
ban,
underbelly.
Knaffle.
And the psyker just freaked out, I guess. After all the commotion, people went to see what happened in the room. And they'd all gone for each other's throats. Literally. With teeth. And I think they completely detached that asteroid from footfall and pushed it off into open space so it would head off toward the local star.
Well, what's it like being a psyker?
Lord Captain, forgive me, but it would be like talking to a person born blind about colors. I could spend hours explaining, but it wouldn't make any sense to you. Every psyker feels their connection with the warp in their own way. One person might see spots and shadows out of the corner of their eye. Another feels fingers running down their spine. As for me, I've got a door in my head. One that's open just a crack. There's no way to close it, no matter how hard I try. I've just had to get used to the whispers from the other side. When I need to use it for work, I listen in more closely. But I usually just try not to notice it.
How do you live with this? Whispering in your head.
Training, habit, and a little amasec and a couple other things you can get on the lower decks. If you put all those together, it makes things bearable.
So far,
Sometimes I even wonder if I'm
everyone we can
imagining
get
half the
in.
voices I
So,
hear. You know,
Idira,
when life on board gets a little
Abelard,
boring,
and
better than
Argenta.
listening to the living anyhow.
But we will be going to the Navigator first, next, because again I'm playing on unfair Grimdark, right? So we need our ace in our hole, like our Navigator. What happened if your door burst open?
Well, if the door opens, that means somebody's planning to come in, right? But screw them. They're not coming through. Trust me. I know how to keep my valuable head locked up tight.
Do you know? I am not afraid of losing control.
Only losers who are afraid of their own gift lose control. Or idiots who never figure out what they are before it's too late. Or little kids who want to play around with their shiny new toy. If you don't know the limits of your abilities, or you're always bouncing around in your own head, that's a recipe for disaster.
Can I see my future?
Alright, that's what I'm here for after all. So, I'm just going to lean on that door in my head a little more, prick up my ears, and listen to what the warp's got to say about you. If you'll allow it, I can listen right now.
Surely nothing bad will happen with that.
Alright, let's hear what they're whispering about you. Seek not on firm ground, but in a golden hall suspended in the void. There waits a child without kin, but with a name blind to truth. She
That
draws
should
the
be
brush
about our
across the
navigator.
canvas and does not notice that her palette is full not of paint, but of blood. And with each smear, this well does not deplete, but fills and fills up to the brim. One thing is clear. When this vessel overflows, none will remain unstained. Among the blind men and false prophets, a red-robed sage seeks the answer to a question. He does not know that it is not the answer he must seek, but the question that will draw everything into focus. Will you help him, Rogue Trader? But mark that sometimes ignorance is sweeter than oblivion.
A retro stage. That should be about our tech priest. And I think they talk about the guy that needs help. His brother.
A chained hound chases after glimmers of the aurora, but sparks in the scent of oil confound his nose. The chain trails after him. What will happen if you pick it up? Will you become his master? Or merely another beast in the pack of his true lord?
That could be either the new Arbiter guy, or maybe the Blood Lady. I'm unsure about that.
The glow of dawn bursts forth from its prison. Dungeon walls cannot contain the dark essence wallowing in the dust. A naive cub pushes his nose into a familiar hand, one that holds death in twisted glass.
That could be about
Cherish
us.
it or cast it off as a burden. The sword of change has already been raised. What is one more life to it? I'm sorry, Lord Captain. The voices are going wild. I can't make out a thing. I'll try to rein them in, somehow. But for now...
What about me in your future? Is that the same thing?
Let... I'm sorry, Lord Captain. The voices are going wild. I can't make out a thing. I'll try to rein them in, somehow. But for now...
Alright, fine. Did you know, you know the daughter from Valentis well?
None of the officers knew the Lord Captain well, not even Abelard, and she was always closer to him than anyone else. She told me from the off if I ever listened to anything in the warp about her without her permission, I'd be going out through the airlock. I'm not an idiot, so I never stuck my nose where it didn't belong, only when I was asked. It's hard to wrap my head around the fact that she's gone. Lady von Valancius gave me everything I have. She opened the stars to me and the paths between them. I still think I can hear her voice.
Kinda sad we can talk about her and Agenta, but not about her and the Voxcaster.
The little sister is afflicted with her own set of voices, ones that whisper to her about corruption and heresy. The silly girl doesn't realize that if she wants to find the source, she needs to start by looking in her own head. Of course, always at your service, whenever you need me.
Right, anyone else? Have you left? I think not. We'll check out our room real quick and then we can go to the navigators. Or continue onwards at least. Oh, you can also go to the shrine already, that's true. And the chapel. Let's go to our quarters first and then we check